Kenny Stokes. I'm a team athlete with Operation Enduring Warrior, and I've also participated in some events with a nonprofit out of the state of Maine called the Summit Project. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to share with you a little bit about what the Summit Project does, which is honor fallen heroes from the state of Maine. In Maine, there's about 70 service members that have perished since September 11th, 2001. And what the Summit Project does to preserve their legacy and to help with the perpetual mourning that those Gold Star families experience is they have a stone that is selected by that family that lost their loved one. And every one of these stones has a unique story where it came from and how it came to be in the Summit Project. And that stone is etched with the details of that fallen hero. And these things are carried to mountaintops. They've been to every mountaintop in the state of Maine, and they've also gone to other mountains throughout the U.S. And although today we didn't necessarily summit a mountain, we did go up a pretty big ridgeline over there. But this being a pretty epic event, I asked the founder of the Summit Project if we could kind of modify their concept. And for the 4 U.S. military teams represented in this race, if we could carry one of their tribute stones. So I talked to each one of the respective team leaders about this a couple of weeks ago. They thought this would be a great idea. And so the U.S. Army team, we had the honor and the privilege to carry this. Private First Class Justin Kenny was in the U.S. Army. He was killed at the age of 21. He was actually hit by a car stateside, right outside of Fort Drum, New York. I met Justin's mom. This guy was a joker, and he supposedly buried a time capsule in the backyard underneath a strawberry garden. And that's where this stone came from. When Justin's mom was sharing this story, I asked if the time capsule had ever been recovered. And she said, not yet. And she was getting ready to sell the property. So me and a few others from the Summit Project went out to look for the time capsule that Justin supposedly buried there. We never unearthed it. So I kind of think he pulled a prank on her and us. In basic training, this guy got the nickname Skittles by his drill sergeant because he was always just so happy and bursting with sunshine. But following this event, Team Army is going to write a letter to Justin's mom, Karen Kenny, and let her know what it meant to us to carry this weight out on that race course today. We also have another representative from the U.S. Army that we're going to talk about, and this is going to be tough because this was sort of a fresh wound, but I've asked Anthony Busco if he would take care of that.
For those that don't know me, my name is Anthony Busco. I'm also a team athlete with Operation Enduring Warrior. I'm also one of the officers. So what we did is we didn't bring a rock with us. We found a rock here that would be representative of our fallen friend, Augusto Tito Pinheiro. For those that knew Tito, he had a strange ability to be able to get you to do something that you didn't want to. Sorry. You didn't want to do in the first place, and then enjoy doing it while you're doing it. He was a beast of a man. His wife and all of his friends called him the Hulk. So he was killed while training on a hand cycle to accompany a blind athlete to a marathon. He was hit by a car. Tito didn't even have to use a hand cycle. He did it because he wanted to be there for these guys. So I saw this rock. It's got kind of a green tint to it, you know, kind of hulkish. oddly shaped, and carrying it, it's mildly annoying. So it definitely reminds me of Tito. And unlike the stones from the Summit project, this one is going to stay here. I'm going to go outside. We're going to hide it. So that way Tito stays here forever.
Well said.
Okay, so I'm Joe Kreischer, or Joe Kreischer. It depends on how well you know me or don't know me. But I'm a team athlete in Operation Enduring Warrior as well. And Team Navy was a little bit of a concoction of some mishaps, some late-minute additions, but I think the team really represented Petty Officer Second Class Benjamin Demers perfectly. So in order to do this right, I'm going to read the card as it's written, and then share a real quick story of something that might have happened on the mountain by chance, but it's pretty ironic. So to do this right, Benjamin Albert Demers, 26 years old, of Auburn, Maine, died in Washington while serving his country in the U.S. Navy on the USS Nimitz. He died September 18, 2016. He was born in Waukegan, Illinois on May 28, 1990. Again, he was 26. I always ask people to reflect back when they joined the service or had someone that they know join the service. That's a young age to say, hey, look, I want to serve my country. I want to serve my common man. I don't just want to serve myself. So what we do here was exactly what this fellow was doing. We serve others. We got a guy who was a quadriplegic through the course, and he had no clue what he was getting himself into. That's a gnarly course, right? We served Noah. Benjamin wanted to serve his country. He was 19 when he went in. He died at 26. He graduated from Edward Little High School in 2008. Shortly after graduating, he decided to follow his parents and join the Navy. He also had been in the Navy for the past 3 years, working his way up to Petty Officer Second Class. He was involved in politics, and while in high school, he was a delegate for the Democratic Party in 2008. He loved his pets and his family, and was always fascinated with penguins. His witty sense of humor and wisecracks to most will be missed by all that knew him. So this was a rock that was found on his property as well. My short story goes like this. The late assimilation of Team Navy meant that we didn't really have a lot of chance to set with this. So just by happenstance, there's a hill up there. It's fairly icy. So I had the rock with me. And I had 3 of the teammates that were up there do a penguin dive in succession. So it was just ironic that he was so fascinated by penguins that it's ironic that we had 3 of our teammates do headfirst dives about 80 to 100 meters straight downhill and recover at the end and say, that's pretty cool. We accomplished a lot. Everybody here accomplished a lot, whether you went 2 miles or 28 miles or 36 miles, wherever you ended up. It's a selfless act, and I, for one, benefit by having you guys as my family.
So, my name is Andrew Einstein. I'm a program manager for the Skydive program at OEW, also an adaptive athlete there. The Marine Corps had the honor to carry the stone for Corporal Joshua Barron. He was a Harrier jet mechanic at a Marine Logistics Squadron 13. He was found dead, believed to be in his barracks room on March 21st, 2011. He was 22 years old. So for me personally, when I see that, my first thought is suicide. And that really struck me because 5 years ago, I was going to kill myself. And now I'm here. So, I wish I could have met him and maybe turned his mind around. But we got to honor him and carry us through the course. It's heavy, it's bulky, and when you're falling, it's the last thing you want coming through your pack. This stone was found or gotten by his mother from a wall near the lake where he grew up. So it was an honor to carry him. The other thing the Marines did was we also picked out a stone for one of our fallen this year named Watson. Unfortunately, I packed it away in my suitcase, and it's in the van. So Nate and I ran our first OCR with OEW together. And we only got to do a couple together. But one thing I'll always remember is he swerved Gunner and hated it.
Please
Because
make
you
your way
don't know,
inside.
Gunner's my service dog who runs every race with me. And he swore he hated him because
Please
more
stay
than,
inside.
no less than 10 times on the course, Gunnar would just run him
Please
over.
stay
So that's his way of showing
inside.
that he loved him. So, what we're going to do, similar to Busco, we're going to write his name on it, and my plan is to leave it at the house. It's an Airbnb, a lot of in and out. Hopefully they see it, they go, and they start to think about who Nate Watson was.
My name is Dan Skidmore, and carry around Dustin Hadfield today. So Dustin was 26 of Mechanical Falls. Died unexpectedly Thursday, December 11th, 2014. Dustin was born on April 5th, 1988, and his mother, Linda, she had a garden that the whole family worked in quite often together. And they found this rock in the garden. This was one of their family garden stones. So they passed this one along, and I will remember this stone because it hit me for it seemed like all day, right there. So, man.
Thanks, Dan. Well, everybody, thank you very much for participating in this living memorial for Maine heroes. If you had an opportunity to carry one of these stones during the event and you want to add a comment to what it meant to you, please go to the website, summitproject.org. You can find your hero on there and just post on the comments below. Those Gold Star families read those all the time, and for them to know that their loved one's name was spoken out loud and that legacy is preserved, it means the world to them. That's all I got. Thanks.